Had an interesting thing happen yesterday. I'm on Twitter, and you ever read the Dirty Dining reports?
I see the videos.
I love so Channel 10 does
Yes.
Dirty Dining, Sun Sentinel does it or whatever. I'm always fascinated by it. I love to see what's dirty in Palm Beach County. Usually, if I get the Dirty Dining at a restaurant that I like to go to, I will maybe attempt going there one more time.
After the Dirty Dining.
After, if I feel like they've cleaned it up. If they hit it a second time, because there's a place in Boca called Way Beyond Bagels, it's literally like every other week that they're on this Dirty Dining. And it's like,
who's marketing?
Yeah. That's their marketing campaign. Their marketing campaign is to be in the Dirty Dining right up. Anyway, I'm on Channel 10's yesterday, Fuddruckers in Hialeah.
Fuddruckers.
So I tweet out the snapshot of Dirty Dining, Fuddruckers, roach activity, right? And my take was, you know what? Fuddruckers with roaches is better than no Fuddruckers at all. And this is the first time this ever happened to me on a Dirty Dining report. I now want to go there because I didn't realize that there was still a Fuddruckers in South Florida, let alone Hialeah. And I see Solana's eyes lighting up. Your brother let me know there's 2 in Kendall.
There's 2, one on Dixie Highway and one on Kendall Drive on like 152nd Avenue.
I love Fuddruckers, but this is the first time this ever happened to me where the Dirty Dining report, talk about a marketing campaign,
yes,
makes me want to go to the restaurant.
That makes no sense.
I know, but that's how good Fuddruckers is. Will you acknowledge? Will you acknowledge? Yeah.
It was the first, like, you pick your own size.
Yes, they had everything out there. This was unheard of.
Yeah. I love Fuddruckers when I was a kid.
So did I. They had the cheese out there, like a vat of cheese.
You can pour as much cheese on your burger.
You couldn't believe it. Your head was going to explode. And then I thought most of them had closed. Someone tweeted me yesterday there's one in Pembroke Pines, which there's one in Pembroke Pines. That's close to you.
It's right there. Pines in 95. But 75, Pines and 75 right there in that little center.
Is there?
Yeah, Pembroke Gardens.
Is there anyone who doesn't like Fuddruckers?
Vegans.
Besides, so is there any?
You asked a question.
Yeah, that's
like,
fair.
Yeah,
that's
I try to answer
that's
you.
Fair.
Until the roaches moved in, I was a
But
fan.
even then, I still think it's okay.
No, there was a sushi place on 30th and University.
You can get sushi anywhere.
And
I can't get Fuddruckers.
But I used to love this place, and they just hit Dirty Dining over and right across from the old Dolphin facility, right down the street from my house. They knew my name. Hey, Mr. Crowder. Hey, Lou Wynn, whatever her name was. And I used to go there so much, and then it hit Dirty Dining so many times. I'm like, there's no way I can go to this place anymore. Like, the roaches have figured out that the food is good too.
Man, Fuddruckers, I haven't had that in years. You ever go in, Kendall?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I go frequently, but I went a handful of times over the past couple of years. Here's the thing with Fuddruckers.
Is the cheese still out, though?
It's all out. Like the toppings bar,
the
little canopy. Yeah, they have like a little canopy.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with a place like
party.
that. Any place with a toppings bar with sauces open to the public, like a serve your own toppings bar. Lime used to have the same thing. Those places are disgusting. Like, that's a petri dish. People are actively standing over the tomato and the lettuce.
Yeah, you got to tell yourself, not now, buddy.
Well, that's my point. That's my point. Like, you can't be afraid about a couple little roaches in the kitchen.
That's right. Exactly.
No,
exactly.
fellas.
Yeah. If you're afraid of the roaches at Fuddruckers, then you don't appreciate what Fuddruckers is all about.
Bingo.
I'm at Lime, and I have to be concerned with somebody breathing on my pico de gallo.
Crowder.
So I should just let go that there's roaches running around the kitchen? Solana, that's not. Roaches and Brett from downstairs, those are two different people.
Crowder, you have hundreds of people at Lime throughout the day coming through, grabbing the ladle, and you don't think that some of their stuff is just getting all over. They have to reach to the back for the verde salsa.
Their stuff is different than a roach's stuff. Their stuff, a roach's stuff. You've kissed a girl in the club at night. Have you ever kissed a roach?
Some of the girls I've kissed may as well have been roaches. Hoch, how many roaches are we talking about here?
It was like maybe 8 at one
8 to
area.
12.
Yeah, it wasn't. I'm telling you, it wasn't
Too many.
It wasn't horrible. I don't even know if they closed the place down or not.
What makes roaches the number that makes it horrible?
Let's see. How many roaches?
Like, you said 8's fine.
Well, if you read in Dirty Dining and it's like underneath the food prep bin, there was indiscriminate number of roaches, that would give me pause.
But like, is indiscriminate, is that 20?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, like if they can't even figure out how many there are, then I'm a little worried. But yeah,
so
I mean, listen, you go to a restaurant in South Florida, there's going to be a few roaches.
So three roaches in the guacamole, no problem.
There were no roaches in the guacamole. They don't have.
You gave me a hard time because I had one roach in my pressed bread.
It was pressed into your bread.
That's only one roach. You said 8 is fine.
That means it was on the bread press.
I'm trying to get the rules here.
All I know is it's the first time ever a Dirty Dining report made me want to go to a restaurant. But now I'm going back to Kendall.
They also have like a bakery section almost.
Their buns. Now, I haven't been there in years. Their bun, I could still smell it. Like that. Their buns were so good. Big, fluffy buns. You push the cheese machine. You got the cheese overflowing. You could do as much cheese on you. Like they had like platters when I used to go there as a kid. Like it was like platters. It wasn't a typical plate. I just can't begin to tell you how much I love a Fuddruckers burger.
What about the shake section, like off to the side? So not where you order the food, but the dessert section. They have shakes.
I don't know if I've been there since they've instituted that.
What?
I mean, this is like
you have to go. They have a whole like cookie, brownie.
Oh yeah, they used to bake
section.
cookies. They used to bake cookies. I didn't know that they did milkshakes and stuff.
Oh my God,
5
so
Fuddruckers
in South Florida,
in the Tri-County area. As I look right now, 5.
So 2 in Kendall, 1 in Hialeah.
Well, one's in more like Palmetto Bay on Dixie Highway.
Right, there's one. Yeah,
it's right there.
And 1 in Pembroke Pines.
Look at there, way down Country Walk. Kendall Lakes. That's by my house.
No. You're looking at something else. I'm looking.
I'm looking at Fuddruckers, Duck.
Hey, I'm looking at their locations in Florida: Hialeah,
Northwest 107th,
Doral, Kendall, Palmetto Bay, Pembroke Pines. 5 locations.
I'm looking at
Goose.
You know I'm in studio, Duck. I can come across this glass today.
Duck, goose.
You albatross.
Anyway, I'm in the mood for Fuddruckers. Let's get headlines here for the 3 o'clock hour with Alejandro Solana, a man who lives within driving distance of a Fuddruckers. What's better, Manhattan Chicago style pizza or Fuddruckers?
Oh, that's tough. I'm going Fuddruckers because you guys didn't even bring up their fries. I happen to love their potato fries, like just delicious. They're like the thick cut fries.
Steak fries.
They're not steak fries.
But the steak fries that y'all don't like, that y'all swear you don't like, but you always love them.
They're wedgy.
They're wedgy.
But not big, thick wedges. They're wedge-ish.
Thin wedges.
Yeah, they're wedge-ish. Mm-hmm. And why'd you call them potato fries?
Whatever fries do we have? Why do you add words to stuff so much?
I'm going to take a burger and an order of potato fries. They go, you know what? Give him some of the roaches. This guy's an idiot.
A bread bun. I want the bread bun.
I mean, I do love barbecue food. I told you guys that.
I want to go to Fuddruckers so badly. Did your dad ever go? Eduardo like it there?
Loves Fuddruckers.
Does he?
Yeah, loves it. He'll Uber Eats Fuddruckers.
Oh, what a pleasure. That's just.
I had a barbecue conversation with a Uruguayan. They like the big brick oven barbecue.
He's got that at his house.
You have the whole thing? Like the dude was almost bad mouthing me because I was like, yeah, I have the big barrel grill. No, you got to get the
La parrilla.
La parrilla.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, man, I can make the same thing you make in my barrel grill.
You can't.
You can't do it because we have 3 levels. The la parrilla.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, bro. it's fine. And it was a business meeting, so I wanted to be his friend, but I might have lost the money.
Yeah, you can't beat the Solana
I can.
steaks. No, you can't.
I can.
You
No.
cannot.
All they do
You
is put it
cannot.
in a little house.
Wow, Jimmy.
Jimmy, you know I'm here today. I can punch you in your widow's peak.
I've told you this though. Like you think you're a grill master because you bought your $1,200 grill at
didn't.
Home Depot,
I made it.
and then you
I
light
made my
all your
grill.
You
coals
didn't
on
make your
fire.
grill.
I made my grill by hand.
You didn't make a grill.
Me, hinges. I put hinges on it.
Why grill when there's a Fuddruckers nearby anyway?
Like, yeah. Y'all make a whole house to cook.
Yeah.
You don't need a house to cook. Get a little barrel grill. You just slide in
That's
there.
how passionate I am about my meat.
That's how much I waste money. We got a little house for your meat.
These headlines are driven by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super
Jimmy
7.
like that.
Appreciate it, Jimmy. I won't punch you in your widow's peak no more.